Cohort analysis is again a very common analysis that we would want to do, usually used in marketing. We want to understand whether longer tenured customers make a larger contribution to the sales. What this means is that if a customer has been with the business for the last 4 years, does that mean that they are going to contribute higher this year versus somebody who has only been with the business for the last 1 year? Now, usually you would expect that a longer tenured customer is also a loyal customer. For example, somebody who has been purchasing from you for the last 5 years. But at the same time, you want to verify that whether older customers are actually contributing a significant portion to your sales or not. So we are working on this data set. We have category, city, country, customer ID and name. We have the market. We have the order date. So just pay attention here. We have 4 years, 11, 12, 13 and 14. That means there will be 4 cohorts of customers, 11, 12, 13, 14. The rest is fairly simple. We have order ID, order priority, product ID, product name, region, row ID, segment, ship date, ship mode, state, subcategory, discount, number of records, profit, quantity, sales and shipping cost. We don't really need all of these columns for our cohort analysis. We will only need sales and the year. But in case you want to try out different business cuts, you should be able to do that as well. Wonderful. So let's open Tableau and connect to our second file. Now, the first thing that I want to do is to put all my customer IDs in my rows, and we will keep the day of the order ID. That means how many orders have come for each of these customers. So you notice that, we want to keep the day here. So that would be the order date, and we'll keep the order date and let's change it into the day. And let's make sure that we are showing this as a discrete value. Wonderful. Let's understand what is happening here. It is telling us that the customer ID AA3151 has made only one purchase, which is 31st July 2014. It is also telling us that customer ID 3152 has made 6 purchases, 8th of June, 8th of August, 27th of August, 19th of September, and so on and so forth. Fair enough. Now, we can also sort the data. So let's sort the data here. And we want to sort it in a, let's say, a ascending order. By the order date. Okay, that did not seem to work properly. Just give me a moment. So, okay, let's see if we can sort it here. Perfect. So you notice we have 8th of June, 8th of August, 27th of August, 19th September, 5th June and 29th December. This means that there have been 6 transactions for 3152, 1 transaction in 2011, 2 transactions in, or rather 3 transactions in 2013 and 2 transactions in 2014. But there has been no transaction in 2012. We want to create another column in which we want to show the customer acquisition date. That means on which date did the customer make the first purchase. So on analysis, please click on calculated field, and we want to create the minimum. That means the first or the earliest date. So let's call this the customer acquisition date, and this would be fixed. We want to find for each customer ID the minimum order date. So this should be fairly simple. We have done similar fixed functions earlier. That means for every customer, I want to find out the minimum order date. The minimum order date would be nothing but the earliest transaction date, which is the customer acquisition date. Let's keep this next to this, convert it into a day, and let us see the result that we are getting. Make sure this is discrete and not continuous. Wonderful. So now you can see that 3152 has 6 transactions, which are in 11, 13, and 14, but the customer acquisition date obviously will be the same for that one customer. Fair enough. Similarly, for 4801, 2 transactions in 11 and 12, and the acquisition date is 21 June 2011. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. Now what we want to do is to create another sheet, and in this sheet we will keep sales value in the rows. We will keep the order date in the columns, but we only want to look at the year here. Let's make this into a column chart. Now, as you can see, it is showing us the total sale for all the 4 years. But now if I bring my customer acquisition date into my color, what's going to happen is, you notice we get 4 different colors like this. Fair enough. So let's understand what is happening. It is telling us that in 2011, the total sale is 2259,511. All right. And if we look at 2012, the sale is split between 1767986 and 909507. So what is happening here? It is telling us that there are different cohorts. That means that in 2012, there are 2 cohorts. In 2013, there are 3 cohorts. And in 2014, there are 4 cohorts. So let's keep one of the market as a filter. So we'll only evaluate one market for now. Let's keep EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So what does it say? It says that in 2011, the sales is 136. In 2012, it is 64,000 and 98,000. But I would like the tooltip to be more descriptive. So let's click on tooltip. And let us say that in the year order date, so in the year order date, the year customer acquisition date, customer cohort generated the sales. So just think about what will happen. It will tell me the year, it will tell me the year of the customer cohort, and it will tell me the sales value. Let's see how it looks. So now it tells me that in 2011, obviously there is only one cohort which is giving us 136,000. If you look at 2012, the 2011 cohort is generating 64, but the 2012 cohort, that means the new customers are generating 98. And if you look at year 4 and you track the blue, that means if you track the 2011 cohort, you will see that their contribution is 136, 64, 96 and 134. So I would say that it has been fluctuating quite a bit. Okay, so let's try to show it in a different way. Let me duplicate the sheet. And on the sales value, please right click and select a quick table calculation. And in this, you want to select percent of total. Once you have done this, again right click and then select compute using table down. So what this will do is it will present the same data a little differently. And I think this is better because this helps you understand the percentage contribution. For example, in 2011, obviously the 11 cohort is 100% contribution. In 2012, the 2011 cohort generated 39%, then 46, and then 44. So as you can see, in 12, the contribution was 39. In 13, the contribution became more, which is very interesting because despite the fact that we added new customers, which is this red bar in 2013, despite that, the overall contribution to the business of 2011 cohort has increased. But if you look at the 12 cohort, 60%, 28%, 22%. So this is not a good sign. Despite the fact that the year that they started, their contribution was 60%, over the years, their contribution has been declining. If you look at 13, again, you notice that from 24, it dropped to 70. So I would say that older customers are not necessarily contributing a lot to the business, but my oldest customers, which is the 2011 cohort, their contribution has been quite significant over the last 4 years. Again, you can present the data in different ways. I've just given you two ideas. One is like this, the other is like 100% stack column chart, but you can present it any which way you like.